Zoink, you're basically, like, revoked from your shit. But anyway, sorry, I just went on a tangent there because it kind of ruined my birthday party, so I was kind of mad.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, it is what it is. You know, they're kids, right? So it's like, it's really tough in this day and age, man. That's why I was super glad we didn't have a TV until I was 13. We, like, listened to the radio and we played with our friends. Didn't have a computer, didn't have any of that shit, didn't have to worry about the fucking internet, just worried about being kids. And didn't have to worry about, you know, your parents stepping out of the room for 5 minutes and watching a 45-minute fucking car ad on YouTube. Like, the world is just, I just don't understand how it's so unbelievably unregulated for fucking kids. And it's like these spaces are curated for, or said to be curated for kids, which makes parents lenient towards them, which makes them even worse for predators.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I had a kid, that kid would not go near fucking technology. I'd take all the tech out of my house. I'd be like, fuck this, not till you're like 10, 11. I'll teach him about everything, I'll show him about everything, but I don't need him seeing shit he don't need to be seeing, because I ain't watching, and I don't fucking pay attention to shit, and I can't even take care of myself. So, yeah. I can't imagine. So I can't blame, you know, I'm not blaming my sister or anything like that. It's like, I'm blaming the fact that these places are said to be curated for kids, and they are not. In fact, they are the opposite. They're curated for grooming kids. So I say it's better to stay away from all kids' platforms. You're like, what are the chances of you running into that just randomly using YouTube? Nice try, like 3%. What are the chances of you running into that on a kid's base? Is like 40%. It's fucked up.
Don't fall over though.
True. Does your Walmart use stickers for things on the bottom of the cart? No, Sean, because we're retarded. So, do you actually want to know what we're supposed to do? And I got in trouble for this. So, I'm proactive. I see there's something on the cart. I go up to the customer. I say, hey, I'll get you that. I grab the gun. I scan the item for it. Or I'll say, is this on a second order? And they're like, no. And I'm like, all right, I can grab it. So, they get mad at me because I don't get what's called wins. Wins are when someone tries to sneak something out of the SCO without paying, the self-checkout, without paying. And they're like, well, you've worked in here so long, how come you've never gotten a win? And I'm like, because I'm proactive, because if I see something there, I immediately scan it. I don't let them get to the point of forgetting. So, they like raft me because I've worked there a year and I've never got a win. And I'm like, wait, so I'm doing my job so good, you're worried I'm not doing my job. I was like, then why the fuck did you hire me? But yeah, there's no tagging, there's no nothing. So what the other people will do is they will sit there, because we have to get a certain amount a day, and they'll literally almost intentionally let people purposefully steal stuff so they can get a win. But then you know what will happen?
Because I could go for some new shoes.
Yeah, so you know what will happen? They'll be watching the toilet paper on the bottom. Someone will come over and need to pay cash, or someone needs help at another till. They'll go over to another till. I'll be standing at customer service, laughing my ass off inside my head, watching the person walk out of the SCO. And they'll walk up to them and I'll be like, hey, did you know you didn't pay for that? And I laugh my ass off and go back to customer service. Because I'm like, you guys are so dumb. Just scan the fucking items for them and you won't have to worry about it. And they're like, but then I won't get a win. And I'm like, man, they are literally gaming the system to make it easier, and not even easier, but almost like purposeful for people to steal shit. And then they get mad at me because I'm trying to be proactive and be like, no, if it's on the bottom of your cart, it should be the first thing you scan. Like, that should be, like there should be a sign that says, please scan items on the bottom of the cart first, so that we know they're on the list. And if you don't do that, then we accuse you of stealing, and we say, there's the sign that says that's what you do. If you don't do that, we accuse you of stealing. So please go along with the procedure. Because I think there needs to be a standardization of how the system is worked and used, so that if you're not following the standardized system, that is instantly a reason for us to come up to you and be like, hey, what do you got there, bro? Because so many customers put in complaints that we say that they're trying to steal stuff. Because they're trying to steal stuff. But it's like, if we had it on camera that they weren't following the correct procedures, that would make a lot more sense. But it's just they implemented this shit with no regulations, no ideas, and they blame us as all the shrink. I'm like, okay, Walmart should all have the same rules regardless of country. I agree. I agree, Sean. It should be standardized, and the fact is they should have some sort of rules about that shit. And it would make it way less, way easier on the employees as well. But anyway, sorry, I'm ranting, guys.
My rant is about fake service animals. I really hate how it destroys it for, real people who need the service animals.
If your service dog is a fucking chihuahua, it's not a service dog.
Actually, that's not true.
Really?
You can have a small dog, but if they're probably carrying them around, if they're in the cart, if they can't actually signal to you something is wrong, because there's medical alert dogs too.
Yeah.
And they're not a service dog. They're just a pet.
Yeah. Because we have so many of those. Where I'm like, how is this a service dog? I don't understand. It's like a 22-year-old dude with a Rottweiler that says service dog on it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's not a service dog.
No. And actually, you can confront people about it. They'll get defensive, but you can ask questions is that a service dog? And what is it task trained to do for your disability or something? I don't know the exact wording.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most people aren't prepared for those questions.
Define fake. Are you talking someone who claims it's a service dog without having the certification? Therapy animals or service animals? They aren't limited to dogs. No, Sean, we're just saying that, yeah, I would have to go up to the person and ask the person what the hell is the dog for, because it's you're clearly not an elderly person with some sort of disability. You're clearly not you clearly don't have any disability for yourself. You're young. The dog doesn't seem the type of dog that would be for a type of service. So yeah, I just think it's people that just take the service tags and put them on their dog and then take their dogs into the fucking store.
Yeah, you can buy them off Amazon.
Yeah.
Service dog tag.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main problems, is there is no certification. There is no regulation about who can buy the tags. So people just go online and buy them.
You aren't allowed to ask in the U.S. anymore. It's invasive, blah, blah, blah.
Ask someone with disability.
Ask about the service of what the dog is for.
Yeah.
Because if they can't answer that question, then the dog is obviously fake. Unless they have a memory problem, in which case they would probably have that written down somewhere. On the dog's back, this person forgets shit. But yeah, no, that irks me so much, because yeah, it totally downplays people that actually have that. And the ones that I see that look like they're actually service dogs usually have a pouch on the side that have some sort of certification thing on it.
There are no certifications.
But
unless something's changed in the past year or so, there's no certification.
Well, I don't know if it's a certification. All I know is some of the ones that come in have a pouch with a piece of paper on it. And it has signatures and shit like that. I've never read it because I've never been close enough to the dog to see it. But some of them have them, and I've always thought, is that a certification thing for this is what the dog is for? Or if something happens to me, for instance, if I had a service dog because I have seizures, even though they only happen at night, so there's no reason for that. But if I just randomly had seizures and I had a dog, I'd be I'd probably have something something like that on the dog that says, hey, if I have a seizure, this is the protocol to do, right?
Yeah. And you can have a doctor's note that says I need a service dog.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no regulation that says you have to have one. There's no regulation that says you have to tell them about your disability, which is an infringement on your rights anyway.
Yeah. Meds in them with instructions for emergencies, they still don't have a certification on them. Yeah, because like mine would have like what's it called? I don't know. It's some sort of thing. It's like I don't know. But you basically you put it underneath my tongue when I'm having a seizure, and it will like lessen the effects of the seizure.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Ativan. I think it's called Ativan.
I know that's for anxiety, but it could be used for seizures as well.
Yeah, it like lowers your blood pressure and like reduces like slight cognitive function, so it can like prevent you from basically it can bypass my disassociative like fucked up angry attack everything like predator animal state and go straight into the seizure. Because that's the scariest part about the seizures, is when I basically go berserk. And just, like, flail and fuck everything up. But okay, do you want to use the basic... So, what we can do is we can do this. Hold on, let me pull this up. So, we go here, pull up plot. Pull up this, scroll down here, do an empty one. And instead of doing the other stuff, we'll just do this. And get rid of this. And we can just do like plot, location, time period, character, events, and then the basic scene structure setups. Because I don't know about you, but I find this really helpful for like keeping from keeping you on the trail, right? I lose the plot so much that I need this, but I don't know about you. So if you want to use it, we can. If you don't want to, we don't have to. And we can just wait it.
I'm fine using it.
I think we just need the service animal vests to be picked up in hospitals. You order them, but the doctor has to approve the order due to having recommended a service animal for them. The hospital can send them the package forward if there's cause to do so, such as location. Well, I mean, people like at the end of the day, it's just the ease of access, right? It's like, sure, people are gonna make their own fake ones on the side anyways and sell them and stuff like that. That's just kind of what happens, right? But it's like for them to be so freely available for people, you know, and it's like, oh, it's a hassle to get. What if one gets like, you know, stolen or something like that? Getting one replaced and not having ones for a set period of time. It's like,
actually, I believe that you don't have to have service dog on the dog. I don't know for Canada for sure or the United States. I don't know like which one it is, but you actually don't have to have like them on a leash. You don't have to have a harness on them. You don't have to have service dog on them. You can just ask. The employee can just ask, is this a service dog? Mm-hmm. That's why it's one of the questions. Because a dog can come in with like no leash or anything and be like, oh yeah, this is my service dog.
I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna ask questions, I don't get paid enough for this, but okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, at what point in time do you consider the system being abused?
And even if it's a real service dog, you can ask them to leave if the dog's misbehaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because one of the rules of having a service dog is they have to behave appropriately. Now, there's a little bit of leeway because, like, maybe a task is disruptive. But, like, if they're shitting on the floor,
yeah,
chewing on food and stuff in the store, barking at people randomly for no apparent reason, then that could be a reason to be like, I'm sorry, but you gotta leave.
Yeah. Never had that. Everyone's kind of, you know, that's the thing. That's why I've never even really thought about it beyond the, I wonder if that is a real service dog, because we've never had an issue of, I don't think I've ever heard, other than, like, the one that the manager brings in because it's her personal dog and he loves the assistant manager and just brings him up to the front desk and he just kind of sits there, but he just like he likes to hold on to his own leash, so he'll like grab onto his leash and he'll sit there and he'll vibrate and he'll go like "Rrr." Like it sounds like he's trying to purr like a cat. He's just like
I don't think cat front.
Yeah, as long as he's in the front, that's all that's good, right? Because I can usually bring them in. Like if it's a hot day or something like that, and it's like someone else is shopping and they've got the dog with them, sometimes they'll just bring them up to the front and just leave them at the front and just chill out. Okay. So, what is the actual plot gonna be? What is your plan for your character?
Okay, so I'm trying to remember the basic premise we had, so just give me a second. So it's about a woman who can project her feelings / emotions.
Not just that, everything she feels. So, physical, emotional, mental, like everything. So if someone hurts her, it hurts everyone around them.
Yeah. Okay. And then she's in love with this man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not necessarily in love with her.
Yeah.
So it's kind of almost like a captive situation or a stalker situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should do like some kind of like thriller randomized idea where like we have a couple of things that we have to include in it, and then we just kind of connect the dots to it so that it's like more spontaneous and fun.
Alright, I'm down. So you want to do that for the plot then? Just like certain things that we need to include?
Yeah. So like it could be a really random thing like Crow shits on someone. Like just really, really random, but like it makes sense as well. Like it's like it can be a little bit absurd, but like it should make some sense.
Okay, so let's start with main character makes everyone, let's say, within 100 meters feel what she feels. Physical,
Now, sorry,
emotional.
that's really ambiguous. You said everybody. Are we just talking about the characters that we're interacting with? Because it could mean like literally everyone in the world has to be within 100 feet of her, which would be impossible.
No, it just means that anyone within 100 meters, if as soon as you hit 100 meters, the effect takes place, but it's very mild. So you kind of just like, it's almost like you enter like a dazed state where it's like, why do I feel like this? This is so weird. And as you get closer to her, the feelings get stronger and stronger. And basically, if she's like touching you, you feel exactly what she's feeling. And this is like something that she has really only noticed. And it's kind of, maybe we can add like the closer you get, the more powerful the effect. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Closer
like
you
if he's
are,
at like
the more
99
powerful
meters away,
effect.
then like theoretically he can go that last 2 meters and be able to be free of her influence. The key is finding the right balance between letting him get far enough away that it's not obvious what she's doing.
Yeah.
But not so far away that like he can think clearly and escape.
Indeed.
So I think we should also have like a percentage bar, let's say, where it's like at 10 feet, it's like 100%. Like 10 feet and closer is 100%.
Okay.
And then like, let's say 25 feet is 75%. And then like 50 feet is 50%. And then like 75 feet is like, you know, like continuing on like that.
Yeah.
And should we do meters or should we do feet too? Because we have some American people in the chat.
Yeah, it's up to you. It doesn't really matter.
I can do meters.
Feet just usually feels better to say, and I like feet, so let's use feet.
I'm okay with, yeah. I'm basically an American anyway with my measuring system.
Yeah, it's like we use we use everything here. Pounds, kilograms, meters, feet, inches.
Most people know their weight in pounds rather than kilograms.
Yeah, that's why everyone freaks out because like this isn't that expensive unless because it's weighed in kilograms, but it's presented price-wise in pounds. So when you're looking at that one, that's actually 2.5 or like 2.2 or whatever it converts to. Super annoying. I don't know why they do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm just thinking of something to include. Okay, I'm just thinking, like, when we were in high school, there was this thing called Zoom Fest, and it was a 24-hour festival, like film festival, where you had to make the movie in 48 hours, like over a weekend, and you had to include a topic based upon something, some sort of prop, and have like a specific camera angle or something like that. Something we should have like a prop, like something that's like maybe important to your character, and maybe we find out that like somehow this is, I don't know, like she's done this before and someone got away or something like that, and so like that's why she's like so good at it, because she's done it like so many times, and it's like it's all because of this like obsession she actually had with this one dude that got away, and she has like this like item that he has, and she basically covets it.
So almost like a serial killer in a way.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like that.
But what do you think
This
it
is
should
definitely
be?
going down like the thriller genre.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little horror.
She purposefully cuts herself to punish him. Shit like that. Like she purposefully like puts herself like hanging on the edge of like a cliff or a building to make herself feel terrified, to make him feel terrified. Shit like that, like just crazy shit that like an absolute psycho would do. And it causes everyone else around to be in that frenzy as well. So she just basically uproots entire areas. And some people have no idea why.
Like, how this would really, really work. Because, like, it wouldn't... I don't think it'd be good to have her in, like, a city like New York City.
No, I think it should be in the middle of the rural. Like, we should be in a place where it's like, at any given time, there's maybe 3 people within 100 meters. It's like if you're downtown, okay, maybe you've got a little bit more, but it's like, you know, like maybe a small 50, 60,000 person town or something like that, maybe even smaller, right? And she purposely picks small towns because she doesn't want to cause a panic with people.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to only vilify her. Like, we want to make sure that, like, she's almost, like, a real person, too. Like...
Is it circular or spherical? It's a circular sphere. How about that, Sean? It's actually a square circular sphere. Like, it's square, but it's also circular. You know? It's got, like, the sharp corners, but it kind of bulges. And then goes into the sharp corners, and then kind of bulges. Goes into sharp corners, and kind of bulges. If we pretend 50K is a small town, then we also have to accept the US only has, like, 10 big cities.
So I think it should be a town of, like, less than 1,000.
Okay.
And I almost want, like, it to be like a cult in a way. Because, like, she's lived there for long enough now that, like, everyone's kind of used to what she's like. So, like, the guy, let's say he just moved to this town. And, like, they start their relationship. And, like, everyone doesn't think it's weird that they feel these things. So, like, he feels like it's normal until, like, he gets, like, a moment to clear his head.
And then because he like, goes home and goes to sleep, and he's like, man, that was, like, the weirdest. Did she put something in my drink? Like, what the? I felt so fucking weird around that woman. That's so odd. I've never felt that way before. And he just kind of thinks about it, but he never, like, you know, it's just one of those things. Like, how the hell are you supposed to come up with something like that from a weird feeling? You're just like, man, it was just a weird day today. Whew! I smoked some weed or something? Maybe she smokes, maybe she, like, gives him a puff or something, and he's, like, not used to it, and maybe he thinks that's what it is at first. Maybe something like that. Like, use a catalyst to draw him in slowly.
Yeah.
So let's Okay, we have to include smoking. That's one of the things.
Now, to be clear, is it cigarette smokes or vaping smoke? Or like...
It could literally be any kind of habit. Any kind of habit that she can offer to him, and he can just think that, like, oh, I've never done this before, you know, I didn't know that vaping made you feel this way. And that's just kind of how he thinks about it. Maybe he'll have a conversation with a family member or something like that. Family member calls him, tells him how he's doing, and he's like, yeah, man, I met this chick. It's pretty cool. She vapes. She gave me this vape, man. I don't know, there's something weird about it. I gotta ask her one of these times what the hell is in it. I don't know, man. It makes my head go all fucked up. She says it's not weed or anything. I don't fucking know. It's weird. Really emphasize that. Like it's, you know. Because the readers also will have no idea, right?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Okay. 2K population towns are pretty interesting and usually centered around some factory or farming thing. What's their industry? We could do farming, because that's basically, like, that's natural to me, because I've only ever really lived in small town farming communities.
And you know what? Just to make it the smoking thing, they could either be like a tobacco farm or like a weed farm.
True.
And then like that explains why she has like access to this like really cheap stuff.
Mm-hmm. And why it's like he's not from around here, so he's not like you know, used to it, but it's like it's something the entire town does because it's part of the industry, and it's like their way of promoting the industry, right?
Yeah.
So it's like everyone smokes in the town. And it's like,
yeah.
He's like, all right, I guess I gotta, you know, and she's like, yeah, you gotta, you know, and even all the other, like, even other, townsfolk will be like, man, you know, this town's all about, you know, they're telling them about the tobacco place or the weed place, and they're like, man, we really support it, that's why we purchase local only with this stuff, and then, you know, they'll give them cards for, like, go to this shop to get the best stuff and stuff like that.
So, I think an opening scene we could have is like he literally just moved in that day, and he goes to a bar because there's like nothing else to do. There's like this one rundown bar in town that like everyone socializes at. It could be even a restaurant, and like
have it be a barn that's been turned into a restaurant, so it's like got a really cool aesthetic to it.
Yeah,
and feels like, you know, like those homey small towns that aren't industrialized, if you know what I mean, and like cookie cutter, where like every house looks different, has its own unique thing, you know, like all the restaurants in the town and like buildings in the town all have a unique history to them and stuff like that. Some of them were made in like the 1800s. Could really make it feel alive.
And they have like a one night stand, and then like while they're like, you know, interacting, not the sex part, but before that, they're like drinking, and like he's never really smoked before, like maybe he had a couple when he was in high school or something, but like she's like, oh, this is like prime stuff, like we get this from the field and it's dirt cheap, and like, you know, it's the best cigarettes ever. And then he remembers the taste of it the morning after, and he goes to get cigarettes on his own, but they don't taste the same, or they don't have the same flavor, because she's the one who made that flavor for him. So then he goes back to her because he likes the flavor, and you know, they had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like kind of the drawing, like that's how we add in the farming industry, how we add in the smoking, how we add in like the start of their relationship.
I love it. People just built a house when they move in, but there's been no real population growth since the 1960s. Again, then what time period is this too, right? Like we said it like in the 90s, before the internet kind of idea, so it's like maybe he's just got like a house phone, so it makes communication you know, makes them feel more cut off from the real world because they're not technically connected. So that's why no one's ever really, you know, wondered about this town or anything like that. And that's how they get away with it, right?
Yeah, I think either like the 70s or 80s is probably ideal because they had cell phones technically.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't have the internet in any way that you could use it really.
Yeah.
And like personal computers were so expensive that most people wouldn't have them.
So it would be a lot more about social interactions, which would be a huge part of it.
Yeah.
No one's sitting in their house on their PCs.
Yeah, especially since it's like such a small town.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you wanted to do anything besides work or be at home, then like the bar would be the place, and like maybe we could have some other like one activity, like just an example, roller rink. I don't think it's the best example, but like oh yeah, like that could be a problem with like because they're so rural that like you can't even get signals.
Just consistently dropping out, no one even bothers with it.
Yeah.
Billiard hall and pool was the exciting new thing.
Oh yeah, pool could be good.
I like that. I like that.
My brain was like, she could make a joke about his rod. Okay, what else do we have to figure out?
The character names.
I'm gonna go with Aubrey.
Aubrey, I like that. Alright, I'm gonna go with Jason.
Okay. And those are kind of older names.
Yeah, I was thinking like 70s, 80s names, like, what are like my, like, great cousins? Would that be it? Like, you know, like my great grandparents, siblings, kids.
Sorry, I missed the first part of it.
One of our small towns has a racetrack for horses. We host, of all the there's like 12 towns around us, and we have like a rodeo stable place. So like they do all the rodeos here because we have all the infrastructure for it. I'm trying to think of a prop. What would be an interesting prop to use? I'm thinking about maybe a watch. Maybe it's very odd and she has like a man's watch on her wrist and that's the item that she covets, and everyone always asks her why she wears a man's watch instead of a woman's watch, and she's like, oh, I just like the feel of it. You know, it's just women's watches are too small and, you know, petite. They just don't feel right, but you know, having a nice solid man's watch.
Or she could even say, like, it was a gift from her father, like, her father's passed away or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea, too. There you go. Give sentimental value to it in a different direction than it actually has. Yeah. I love that. He has panic attacks, and she offers him something to settle his nerves. I mean, he could just be super nervous because he's, like, just moved into this town. You know, he's like, oh man, I was like having, you know, let's say he had some sort of bad breakup with a girlfriend a couple of years ago or something like that, and he's been like basically running away from that, and it's like this is the first time he's been with someone since then. So he's like super skeptical about it and stuff like that, but he's finding like, he's questioning himself like, man, is this like love at first sight or some shit like that? Like, you know, when he gets home and he's just like going over shit in his head and stuff like that. And he's just, like, questioning himself with it, where he's like, man, maybe, you know, this is something good for me. I mean, I feel exhilarated. We're getting, you know, moving on. Where in the world, approximately, is this set? I'd say probably Midwest. like U.S. or Canada, Midwest, they're basically the fucking same, right? Just a rural,
Some
basic
people
small
agree
town.
with, like rural Nevada.
Rural Nevada. Hell yeah.
I don't even know where Nevada is.
It's like slightly east, right? It's like if Texas is like here, Nevada is like here. If this is east and this is west. Because everything, I think that's backwards on the camera, I don't know. Because, yeah. Because that's me pointing east, but that's actually like west, yeah. So that'd be never east. Yeah. Nevada is Rockies. So maybe we're settled in like a very unique area where it's like pristine to grow tobacco.
Here, let's do a little bit of research actually. I'm gonna use ChatGPT.
All right.
And say, what is the best environment to grow tobacco? So it needs long, warm growing season of 100 to 130 frost-free days. It needs some humidity, so the desert might not work quite as much as I thought.
Okay.
Full sun is essential, and it needs regular watering. So apparently the best place would be North Carolina, Kentucky, or Virginia if we're staying in the U.S.
All right.
So which of those three are you liking? North Carolina, Kentucky, or Virginia?
I don't know. Virginia sounds good.
Okay, we'll do Virginia then.
So I'm trying to think, like, what do I think of in the smallest, most, like, you know, the place to have the most amount of small, butt-fuck, hillbilly towns. And I think Virginia. Kentucky's more bumfuck nowhere? Really? I didn't think Kentucky would be as bumfuck nowhere as Virginia. I thought, like, it'd be like Kansas, like, or maybe like Alabama, Kansas, Virginia.
Let's compromise. Let's have it on the border of Kentucky and Virginia. I don't even care if they connect.
Make a world where they do. Compared to back in the past, though, Kentucky was fairly heavily populated. Well, I mean, Kentucky has Kentucky Fried Chicken. What comes from Virginia? I don't know what comes from Virginia. So that just, to me, automatically makes Kentucky better because it's more famous. I know how ridiculous that is, but that's just... If we're going to scale it out, that's me scaling.
So maybe there could be something about horseback riding instead of like the pool or billiard area.
Okay.
So like they could be like the #1 small town or something for breeding racehorses as well as tobacco.
Oh, the Kentucky Derby is what makes them famous. That makes sense, Sean.
Yeah.
Even I know that. Once you remind me.
I wouldn't necessarily say hillbillies, but they're not really city slickers.
I'd say we should have these two, like Aubrey should almost be out of place with her, like, she seems more high class.
Yeah.
And same with Jason. Like, they, almost like they both moved here to get away from the big city kind of idea. Even though she's been here the entire time, but she's just like that because she basically has so much power over the town.
Yeah.
Also,
it could even be the case where, like, she was born and raised there. Left at like 16, 17, 18. Kind of lived in the city for like 5-7 years. And like everyone kind of came out of the trance, we'll call it.
mm-hmm.
And then when they learned that she was coming back, like there could be like a protest or like some kind of thing going on.
Were they trying to prevent her from moving back to the town?
Yeah.
And it should be like, it should just be like random old signs of like, don't let, and then like the last name come back. And it's just kind of shown a couple of times. And then eventually you find out that that's her last name.
Or she could have changed her name. Maybe Aubrey isn't her original name.
Well, I just mean like her last name. So it's like you don't know what her last name is, and it's kind of like these signs around town that say "Don't let Mrs. Whatchamacallit back," and it's like you're just as the reader.
Would people say "Don't let Mrs. Whatever" for a relatively young lady? It just seems like a weird disconnect to me.
Okay.
Because I imagine that the town is mostly on the older side.
Yeah.
Like, there's some kids and there's some teenagers. But, like, most are, like, 30 plus, and she's, like, under 30.
Okay.
So it just seemed like that's where my brain went. So then I was like, oh, we're taking an ad break.
Yay, ads!
You get your $2.
It's $2? You mean 2 cents? An 8-hour
Oh,
stream is like 14 cents. That's why it's
14 cents, 14 cents.
Yeah,
That's
but
pretty good for simping.
I'd rather not have the ads and not have the disturbance to the stream. But then we get pre-rolls, and then, you know, pre-rolls are just bad for growth because people see ads, they click off. Even though there's like a 4% chance of them getting an ad anyways because of clicking on the stream in that 20-minute window before or after an ad break where you will get a pre-roll because it's during the ad roll. We just do natural ad roll.
I've had you muted this entire time, and then I was like, I'm so stupid, and then I'm like, wait, I can hear you. I get these moments where like I'm like a complete blind. I'm like, what?
My visualization is like you're standing in the shower and you're like, something's wrong, but I don't know what, and you turn the water on and then you realize that you forgot to take your clothes off.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, I'm so retarded. What the fuck am I doing?
Or like you're standing there and like you have the water on, and then you're like, oh wait, I need to turn the water on. And like you turn the water off by mistake, and then you're like, wait, it still isn't right. And then of course,
what the hell is that sound? Oh, yeah, it's a fucking shower.
And then there's the Canadian thing where like you walk into a wall, and you're like, oh sorry. And then you're like, why the fuck did I just
It's nice to say
apologize?
retard, he said in a 5-year-old girl's voice.
I'll make your mom have to retwat. I mean, what? 13! Yo, what's up? We are writing a CoLab story. How is it going? How are you today, 13? Welcome. Alright, so let's just start with scene 1.
I think we should have a little bit more information still.
So-
Like, what are the first 3 things you think of when it's our characters? Besides, like, her power.
Jason is a failed businessman that moved to small town to work at. He's got to work somewhere, so he's got to have moved here for work to get away from the big city or something. What could he
How about
do?
instead, like his family is originally from this area, like his grandparents maybe. And like he's only in town because like he's handling their estate. He can still be a businessman, but like his plan was only to be here for like a week.
Okay, yeah, so he came back to his childhood town to close his parents' estate since his dad recently passed. Mother passed a few years earlier.
Now, just quickly, I had said grandparents because he's on the younger side. Like, are your grandparents still alive?
No.
Yeah, mine aren't either, but
Oh, so his
my
grandparents.
parents are still alive. Well, my mom's still alive. My dad died a long time ago.
Oh. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay. It was like 20 years ago, so.
My dad's mom died when he was 17 from cancer. I can't exactly relate, but you know.
Yeah.
I've heard stories of what it was like.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm a very privileged person. I have basically absolutely fucking everything. I can't complain about shit.
Yeah, I try not to complain. I do complain, but I try not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that can be the reason why he's back in town. And like he could be getting calls from his parents and like his friends and everything to be like, "Hey, when are you coming back?"
Mm-hmm.
In fact,
And maybe have like a time dysphoria where he thinks he's only been there for like a couple of days, but he's been there for like a couple of months.
yeah. In fact, maybe he even has a girlfriend or like a girl he was seeing at least. And she's kind of like, "Hey, when are you coming back?" So then he's like doubly confused.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he can't remember it.
It's a fuzzy haze where it's like you can't put the pieces together, right?
Yeah. But then that would also mean that the main character, Aubrey, has to be confused. So that's where we have to be careful. So I would say it's almost like a delusion instead. Because, like, Aubrey's delusional.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's just living in her delusion. And, like, she could legitimately have, like, mental health problems, too.
Well, I'd assume she would, because she's a fucking crazy stalker bitch.
Yeah. Well,
But then again, if you had this
not have legitimate mental health, but most
This-
of the time,
this power would probably drive you crazy.
yeah, yeah. And, like, maybe she's getting calls from, like, a hospital because, like, she's supposed to be seeing, like, a psychiatrist to deal with this. But then, like, she falls into one of her delusions again.
And maybe she's treating Jason like she thinks he is the one that got away.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like she seems so instantly familiar with him. And the only reason he goes along with it is because he is subject to her feelings.
Yeah. Like, just to go even deeper into this, like, we're gonna go into lore now. So, like, she used her powers kind of for evil growing up, because, you know, children don't have a moral compass like adults do.
Yep.
And, like, she kind of got to a point where, like, she thought that, like, no one would truly love her because it was always her that was in love with the other people, and then they happened to fall in love with her.
Mm-hmm.
So then she finally meets this, like, dream guy, and he's the first one to confess to her. Like, she wasn't even interested in him. And so, like, now she's like, oh my god, people can love me without me having to use my powers. And like he kind of redeems her. Now this isn't necessarily going to be in the story. This is like story lore.
Yeah.
And then like maybe something happens where like she almost dies, and like it's in a remote area. Maybe they went like skinny dipping in a pond, and she almost drowns. So then he almost drowns, but he manages to save her, but he dies. So then she has like survivor's guilt. She's like, I lost the only person who will love me. It's my fault. Like everything like that.
Oh my
and
god, I love it.
Snapped her.
Yeah. I love it. And that just sets the perfect stage for her character.
Yeah.
I love it. And that's why she
Now
has
you
the
have to
watch.
remember all that.
I mean, it's just use those feelings and that idea to characterize the voice and the personality, decision making, the reasonings,
And, like,
I'd say
as
the
she-
logic path that they take, right?
And as she gets like deeper into her delusion, she could like even start calling him like, let's say, what was your character's name again?
Jason.
Jason. She could call him like Tommy or something because that was her boyfriend's name. And then so like everyone else starts calling him Tommy, and like that could be like a cracking point because like he's grown up as Jason, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's almost so jarring that like not only does she call him Tommy, but everyone else starts calling him Tommy.
To the point that he almost thinks that his name is Tommy.
Yes, but he knows he's Jason. Like there's a part of him.
So it's
that's
like when he
so
gets the phone
ingrained-
call from like the random person and they say Jason, and he's like, "What do you mean, Jason? This is Tommy." And they're like, "Jason, are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. What do you mean?" As if it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And it's
then
just like these
also-
random moments of like, what the fuck?
And then like she starts turning him into Tommy too. Like maybe Tommy had long hair, so she's like, you should grow your hair out. Or you know, maybe he had a buzz cut, so she gets him a buzz cut. Or like he dressed a certain way. And so it's like
And
she's
eventually
turning
she
him
gives
into
him the
Tommy.
watch.
Yes.
It's so good. I love it.
Yeah. And then we can introduce some secondary characters where it's like maybe it's the girlfriend that like is so worried about him that she comes to town, and it's like the Twilight Zone. And I think we should actually have it so like maybe certain
Cute
people.
Muffins raided my stream.
Oh
Why
shit,
are
cute
you
muffin! Thank you for the raid! Holy shit, welcome buddy, how's it going? How's the stream?
Hi, Cute Muffin.
Be outside. I don't want to have to talk to your mom.
Well, I will be there.
You can keep going, Book.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's like a few people who are immune, like a weird gene mutation. And like this girlfriend could be like the one who's immune.
Daddy's home.
I like that.
Yeah, but like we'll have maybe like one other character who actually lives in the town, and they're just kind of going along with everything. Like maybe it could be like a child or like a very elderly person now.
And they're just kind of watching from the sidelines.
What do I sound like, Muffin?
When Hockey heard you the first time.
I don't think she sounds different, Book. I mean, Muffin. I don't think Book sounds different, Muffin.
I'm like, is there like a voice filter on me? So I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know what the stream can hear. I don't know what I can hear through Discord.
yeah. It'd be hilarious if this entire time there was like some weird filter on my voice.
Oh my god.
And I'm like either talking like Yoda or like a 5-year-old girl or something. So anyway, and there's like this one random person, and like she knows about him, but like at the same time, because she's so delusional, she doesn't really like clock it.
Okay.
And he just goes along with everything, but like at the same time, like you almost see everything from his perspective of like how the whole story unfolds, of like how everything's so surreal and so weird, and like it's like I almost want it from his perspective of like, you know, we see how it was when she left and how everyone panicked and it was really weird, and then like she comes back and like he sees the whole town go back under.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm a-
I really like
Muffin.
that.
Remember, I'm the only woman in the stream usually.
That's what they
You not
say.
know I was female?
I thought Muffin knew you were a chick.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I'm
Well,
pretty
he's
sure he's
here.
called you a girl before.
I'm the reason we have the depth command.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want just length, I want depth.
True. I was just typing that. Beat you to it, Sean.
But then I have to remember, Muffin's younger than I think, so I have to be careful about exactly what I say.
He says some pretty fucked up shit though for a fucking 15-year-old.
No.
Trying to get me in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. Muffin's like, I've seen worse, I've done worse.
Yeah. He might have seen that cartoon thing Sean was talking about.
You can say things that we would get in trouble for saying in his presence.
Yeah, it's similar to the thing where, like, a 15-year-old can, like, solicit an adult, and the 15-year-old doesn't get a slap on the wrist, but the adult does, even
'Cause-
though the adult might not know they're 15.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you. You either scroll up, or you figure out what I would mean by context. And in fact, in Korea, I believe it's if you're under 12, you can literally get away with murder. Like, you could murder someone on purpose, and you don't even get a slap on the wrist.
Well then, I'm gonna say these kids must have wished that they were in Korea.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this story? Or was it? Yeah, fifth graders plotted to kill a boy in the bathroom after another girl accused him of cheating on her. And they were gonna stage it as if it was a suicide.
It's just terrible what kids are doing now.
As
There was a
fuck.
child serial killer, too. I believe he was in India.
I could definitely see that. It's some fucked up. And then there's like the, I saw this one too. Yeah, this one. AR multiplayer FPS in China. Who else loved paintball or airsoft as a kid? This would be so hype with none of the mess. Perfect for an urban community. But it's like they're using it to train kids to be soldiers. That's literally what China's doing. I mean, it may look like it's all fun and games until, like, World War III and he puts them all on the battlefield because he can't afford fucking drones.
I'm just posting this in the thing for a second. This is the laws about the South Korea thing.
Man, if they found that out, that'd be some crazy shit, because that's insane. But, I mean, to be fair, if adults let a kid do that, it definitely should fall on the adults for the responsibility, because you just shouldn't. You should be able to watch the kid enough to know that that shouldn't happen. Especially at that age, at 10 or under.
Yeah. And then there's the horrible injustice in South Korea, where you can also technically get away with a lot of things if you're drunk.
Really?
Yeah. There was a case where a man SA'd like an 8-year-old, and like it was like a brutal crime. And because he was under the influence, he got like 5 years or something instead of like 25.
Damn.
Yeah. There's actually a movie made about it.
No, you know who's doing an army is Joseph Kony.
Yeah, I feel like I missed something too, Levi. I'm like, what's this about China and armies? And I was going down like a different dark rabbit hole. What's this dark rabbit hole?
Oh, that was because I showed this. The kid, like the Whoops.
Yeah, it's different in Korea. You should look it up, Sean. It's crazy.
But yeah, like teaching kids to be like literal fucking warfare shit. This isn't just playing pinball. This is teaching them specifically urban warfare. That's how the Chinese government thinks about it. I mean, yeah, it's cool as a kid, but you have to think about it in the fact of why. Like, it'd be innocent if this was happening in the U.S., right? But this is just conditioning kids for warfare. And it's the intent that matters. And in my opinion, it's just my opinion. In my opinion, the Chinese government is trying to specifically, you know, press their kids to be... Well, it's because, Levi, in my opinion, this is just my opinion again, it's the Chinese government is purposefully pushing it. It's a government initiative. That's the difference. Like, Levi, if this was something that happened in the U.S., it'd be like a private company that facilitated the ability to do, like, laser tag in the middle of the streets. You should be calling... Dreamy Bloody, welcome, welcome. You should be calling about China due to the law about not having too many children. They prioritize their offspring a lot. They can't go to war or the people will cry. No, but that's the people versus the government.
They don't have that law anymore, Dreamy Bloody.
Yeah, they can have this...
2010 or something?
Yeah, but they're still under the birth rate. But it's because they wanted to essentially... Like, one of the main reasons for that was, like, ethnic cleansing and, like, small population destruction. So they could turn all these small villages across China into factories and other kinds of things. America doesn't want its population to be trained because they tend to just form militias. I guess that's true, Levi, but the Chinese children specifically are very, very conditioned for propaganda of the state, right?
And the ethnic cleansing thing didn't work anyway because all the people wanted boys.
Yeah.
So then when the girl population was so low that they literally had to steal brides from like other countries nearby.
Yep.
So now they probably have more mixed race babies than they did before.
Let the children play. It is better for them to have their lessons early than late. They are in beta phase, prohibiting... Oh, I wouldn't stop them, Dream of Bloody. I wouldn't stop them. What is this stream supposed to be about? Me and Book are co-writing a story.
But we're doing a lot of tangents.
Yeah, because tangents are great. But we have figured out a lot of backstory and lore and ideas and structure. We haven't written any of it down, but I don't think it really matters. I think the small things we need to know are just about the characters, because tangents are in bold. But I really like the way of, like, morphing Jason into Tommy. I definitely love that. And having the perspective of the outside character. So we see everything through the eyes of, like, the perspective of this one character. And it almost makes this one character look like a stalker because he's always trying to stay around Aubrey to, like, basically almost, like, study her in a way.
what if just, you know, something that could be like a really big twist? It's, you know, been done before, but let's say, what if this character is Tommy? But he's had like plastic surgery? Or like Tommy's twin or brother or something.
Okay, I'm just thinking, what if he, like, okay, how do you say this? Like, okay, you know how he saves her when they're drowning, right? But he dies? What if he didn't die? He was, like, I don't know, he gets her to the surface, someone finds her, gets her to a hospital, but he's, like, still there, so she thinks that he died. But he was actually taken to, let's say, a different hospital, and he was in a coma for, like, a couple of years with, like, brain damage or something like that. And then he came out of the coma, and maybe he's, like, slightly paralyzed on his face or something like that, and now that he's older and she had left the town, so it's like, because of all these things, she would never have recognized him. And because of the way that the town was, he basically got scared of her once she left, and the whole town went back to normal. Maybe something along those lines.
January 31st, 2025.
Scotty, you can click on my name in chat. What does it say in following since?
July 31st, 2025. Or sorry, did I say July? I meant January. January 31st.
I swore Muffin came long after me. Nah, whatever. Wait, Sean, Muffin was here in the days of Valium Boy. Muffin's a fucking OG. That's where I was like, Valium Boy, come on, man. There's a fucking kid in here who can act more normal. That's why it's like, I don't take any shit from anyone, because Muffin is the perfect example. If you can't act like Muffin, then you don't deserve shit, because he's a fucking youngin' who acts extremely mature and understands that he's not... I was here with Valiant Boy? Oh, I didn't know that, Sean. I thought Valiant Boy was after you.
You mean before him?
Yeah, sorry. Sean was after Valiant Boy.
Yeah.
I don't know, time's a flat circle rotating on a curved edge around a globe sphere. As in Pursuit. I'm April, Muffin is January.
And Levi joined on Valentine's Day.
February.
Yeah.
Good times. Yeah, we got a lot of people in that time period. Like, right at the beginning of 2025. So when the stream started to really pop off. So when we hit our fucking goals, guys. Doing what we need to do. But yeah, so we have like these really interesting reasons why Tommy wouldn't want Aubrey to recognize him, but he still loves her. So that's why he's always around, just like watching her vicariously, living vicariously, because he knows that she's crazy, but he can't get over his feelings.
Yeah. And they're genuine feelings too, because like he's one of the rare ones that
is immune.
Can't be influenced by her either.
Yeah.
No, it could be even more like fucked up is if like Jason's girlfriend is Tommy's cousin.
They're related, and that's the reason why? They have the same gene?
Yeah.
I love
and like
it.
that whole family has like the gene or something.
Can I be a channel editor? I don't know what an editor is, but yeah, sure, Muffin. Here, I'll give you editor. I think it's because only a certain amount of people are allowed to be editors. Like, I think you only have 5 editors. Hold on, let me check. Where would it be? Role manager. Okay, we can remove this. And this. And this. Wait, you are an editor, Muffin. It says that you're an editor.
So, an channel editor can manage various aspects of a streamer's channel, including stream information, commercials, video content, and clips. Editors can access the channel's dashboard and perform actions such as editing stream info, running commercials, managing video uploads, and handling clips. They can also download past broadcasts, start reruns, and manage channel clipping permissions.
Yeah, you are an editor, bro.
What are you trying to do, Muffin?
Yeah, but that isn't that already the title? But why wouldn't you just change it to something different? You change it to the exact same thing. Change it to something different. Eliminate the reacts and commentary and just have CoLab story with Bookbuyer. I don't know if the command works. I don't know if the command works.
Yeah, you might not have it set up.
I don't know how to do that.
I'm just proud of the fact that I can get my face on stream. I can show a window of my like internet thing, and I can have sound. That's my goals right now.
Hell yeah, start small.
Yeah.
Stream Elements does it.
I have a BRB stream scene as well. I figured that out.
Nice. I have one, but I don't use it. It's
Well, you never leave the stream.
sometimes I do. But then I'm like, why do I have a be right back screen when I have the 3D picture behind me that you guys can stare at her back or her butt or...
It's fairly recent, Muffin. Like, I did stream back in January, but it was more like an experiment. Now I'm trying to actively stream and build a community so that I can get editing work.
Hell yeah.
But I'm not starting editing until January. I'm just building the community for that time. Hi, Eddie. Okay, Muffin.
Okay, I'm looking...
This is good practice for actually having people in the chat, too.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm not used to having people in the chat. And because it's your stream and I know everybody, I'm not nervous like I am when I'm like, who the fuck is this random person? I don't want to talk to you. Go away.
Okay, there we go, guys. It was turned off.
Okay, Muffin, when you come back... Oh, he's gone. I was going to say, Muffin, when you come back, you can try it.
There, I just turned it on, so see if it works now. True Eddie, welcome, welcome!
I don't know if we'll actually get to writing this today. I think we'll mostly be planning and doing tangents.
Yeah, I'm totally down with collabing again tomorrow, though. I don't mind this.
I don't know that I can do tomorrow, but, like, we could do your next day off, like, after that.
That's Wednesday.
I think I'm okay for Wednesday. I don't.
And then Thursday's
generally don't have it on.
Thursday's the 24-hour stream.
Oh, okay.
It's coming up. It's so fucking close, guys. It's so fucking close. It's scary close.
Thank you, Muffin, for the follow. Also, you can now do the title thing. Try it now.
Yeah, try set title now, Muffin. I just turned on. It was turned off as a thing, but it says for super moderators. I don't know what super moderators are. And it says only super moderators can do it.
What is a super moderator? Twitch.
Erase the reacts and the commentary and just have CoLab story with Bookbuyer. And then Uma Musume. Because we're going to play that later. Because now that I leveled my shit up, I want to see what it's like.
So in Stream Elements, which is where it's from Super Moderator, is a user level within the platform's chatbot system with higher permissions than a regular moderator.
How do you set it? How do you give Supermod to someone?
Let me look. But it says... Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, that was about moderators.
Oh! It says user management.
So it says super moderators are manually assigned by the broadcaster within the Stream Elements dashboard.
Okay, there, you're a super moderator now, Muffin. Uma, as in horse, because Uma is whore, or sorry, as in woman. Uma is woman, and Musume is horse. Uma Musume.
I learned Japanese in high school. So I know how you're supposed to curl your tongue at the top of your mouth. Okay, so the exact spelling is U-M-A-M-U-S-U-M-E. All one word.
I'm just confused why you asked the question in the first place. Book. I'm pretty sure it's like...
Cool. Now you have someone who can change the title for you if you need them to.
Hell yeah, there you go, Muffin. Now go over to Kick and do that on Kick. I don't think you can. I can already see it. I don't even have to... Yeah, it's right there. And then everyone can hop over to Bookbuyer.
Thank you.
So what else do you think we should add to this? I don't know why it fucks up kanji. Anyway, Uma means horse, Musume means daughter. There's some peculiar usage. Yeah, I don't think it'll work on Kick. Because it has to be done through Botrix, not Stream Elements. I don't know how Botrix works versus Stream Elements. So it might even be a completely different thing.
It might not work also because I'm not on Kick. And you might have to only link through Kick.
I have no idea how Kick works with that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think I do have a Kick account. I just haven't used it in like 15 years. Oh wait, maybe not that long. I think it's like 8 years.
Alright. So we got any more backstory or anything?
I think I'm kind of creatively tapped out. Like, before my brain was like worrying with ideas. And now I'm kind of just like, I'm happy with where we are.
Okay.
So I might get off Discord and just watch the stream.
Okay.
And then you can either play the game, or you can work with Levi and Sean since they're here on their story, or, you know, whatever you want to do. and then we'll set up a time to either finish planning or at least start writing.
Sounds good.
Okay, see ya. Thank you.
No worries. It was totally enjoyable. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, bye.
Boy.